When I was born, my parents named me Samantha Dalton. I had no middle name. Joseph said they were messy, and heaven forbid anything in his world be messy. The man ran a tight ship. Samantha, you look like a mess. Clean up. Samantha, your room is a mess. Clean up. Your speech is a mess. Clean up. Even when the world learned to call me Sam, I was still Samantha to him. Even when I changed my pronouns, it could be fixed. He thought I had to be fixed. Joseph hates what he can't control. Joseph is a controlling man, a set man. He blocks out growth, illness, the inevitable. I ran away when I was 16. I slept on couches or in my car. I stayed with friends. I built a family. I haven't spoken to Joseph since I left. I don't have to. I don't want to. You couldn't make me if you tried.
Samantha didn't want me in her life. I could have fixed her, helped her. She left. Mess was removed.
I ran for so many reasons. It was enough that I never looked back. Do you know what it is to have a parent want to fix you? Joseph thought I had to be fixed. Mess was removed. I ran. All I was mess to him, and Joseph hates what he can't control.
Samantha was out of control. She cut her beautiful hair
with safety scissors. If I couldn't hire a professional, then I'd do it myself.
She stopped calling me father. Instead, she called me
Joseph. If I couldn't be what I wanted, then neither could he.
My identity as Samantha's father was very important to me. After the passing of her mother,
I felt useless, like he couldn't see me for me. My mother always took my wishes at face value, never questioned. Up to the day she died, she held my hand through everything. Joseph couldn't do that. He thought that grief had confused me. He thought I was ill.
Samantha was young, only 16 when her mother died. Girls that young need a mother.
He thought I just needed a mother.
She needed her mother.
Yeah, I needed my mom, but that doesn't mean having a dad wouldn't have done me any good.
Everyone has a story to tell. Everyone has battles and joys and obsessions, and we all get the chance to record ours. My name is Marisol. I was invented by a man named Joseph Dalton. I was his great success, top of the bestsellers list. You could say I'm a part of him.
Father, a mother, a child, a perfect family. Never sick, never fighting, never separated. Perfect family.
Shortly after publishing my story, Joseph was struck with tragedy.
Never sick.
His wife fell ill and died.
Never fighting.
His child ran away.
Never separated.
Joseph was left alone. In his grief, he became convinced that he could write the perfect story. He became convinced that only he could do so. He became convinced that
Marisol was a fluke. The writings of an amateur. Why would someone care to read something so unrefined, so incomplete, so
imperfect?
Makes no sense. None at all. The world needs perfection. The world needs a hero.
You once said I was that hero.
A broken world.
A world full of broken people.
They need a hero.
Everyone needs a hero.
Sam was misguided. I could have helped her. If only she had listened. I could have fixed her too.
Who says they needed fixing?
She was confused.
They.
What?
Them. Why is my story not good enough? Critics raved when you published me, said I was realistic.
The world doesn't need realistic. Real is messy.
People are messy.
You were messy.
Everyone has mess in their lives. You've had mess in your life.
Yes, well, that's been somewhat resolved.
Resolved or removed? Who's in the picture?
Private.
I'm a part of you.
Yes, You're the part of me that makes it clear why others find me intolerable.
I was well tolerated when you published me.
That was a fluke.
Why is my story not good enough?
Your story had loose ends, an undefined ending. Your story resolved nothing. It didn't make the world any better. Your story is a mess.
Like Sam's.
Why do you always bring things back to Samantha? What is so captivating to you about her?
I'm a part of you.
She left. She's gone.
They left because of us. We drove them away. You're a monster. You drove them away.
I left 6 months after Mom died. Mom died 7 months after the book came out. Worked like clockwork, really. 6 months later, I moved in with a friend until the end of senior year. It's kind of a miracle I graduated. I was so upset junior year I barely passed any of my classes.
My story was modeled off of Joseph's younger years, a young and upcoming author in a battle against depression. Joseph won his battle. My story was left inconclusive. Only after Joseph's wife died did he begin to resent not having tied off the end of my story. Only then did my ability to continue haunt him.
There's this picture of me when I was little. I'm grinning about something my dad said behind the camera. I am maybe 5 years old. I look so stupid happy. It was Mom's favorite.
Samantha was so angry when she ran away. She said she didn't want me to be a part of her world. I was furious. I packed up all the photos of her and her childhood art projects and stacked them in big brown boxes in the room that was once hers.
Joseph
There's
hates
only one I left out.
Joseph hates emotion. He feels that emotions that are unnecessary are bad. The nature of my book exposes to the world how emotional he was.
The nature of my story would expose how vulnerable he is. He packed me up.
There's a photo of Samantha when she was 5. I'd made some stupid joke from behind the camera right before it was taken. Her smile is as wide as 1,000 oceans. When I was packing all the things away, it was the one thing that I couldn't box up. Mother loved that photo. It's
Joseph
on my desk.
left the photo lying face down. He never did away with the boxes full of Sam.
And such a sweet child.
They
had been such a strong child.
They had been the light of my life.
When I left, I was certain that Joseph couldn't love me anymore. I was certain I would only do him pain.
Light, my life.
There's not a word you've written in years. Why do you keep staring at the page?
Light of my life.
What?
What is the nature of perfection? How do we define those things that are perfect?
The term is generally applied to that which we find most beautiful.
Well, what if it's not perfect? What if it has loose ends?
What if the loose ends are perfect?
You really are the most irritating part of my personality.
I'm the part you favor.
It's gone to your head.
It's always been in yours.
Light of my life. Marisol, you were anything but perfect.
Thanks.
No. But the people loved you. They adored your imperfections.
People like that which they can relate to.
Why though? Why do they enjoy imperfection? Why does imperfection have to exist?
Nothing's perfect.
Sam was so angry when she ran away.
You tried to nullify their identity.
Marisol, I feel like I failed as a father. I failed. I couldn't love my child when I needed them, when they needed me most.
You were far from perfect.
I hurt them. I hurt them badly.
Sam's anger wasn't unjustified. Sam wasn't the mess.
They were the light of my life.
Your anger was fickle.
I thought I could fix them.
You can't fix something that's already perfect.
My child wasn't perfect. My family wasn't perfect.
A father, a mother, a child.
We fought, but we also laughed.
Never sick,
We used to eat dinner all together.
never fighting,
My wife would sing lullabies to her child, even long after they had passed into their teen years.
never separated.
I loved them more than I knew how. My beautiful wife and our beautiful child.
What is perfection?
They were perfect. They didn't need to change.
You tried to make them.
I did try to make them change.
On my 18th birthday, I legally changed my name. My name is now Sam Burke. Burke was my mother's maiden name.
Joseph hasn't seen Sam in 5 years. There's so little he remembers. His memories are incomplete, imperfect. He stays up at night trying to remind himself how Sam loved broccoli but hated bubble baths, recording lyrics of lullabies. He's so far from perfect, but at least he's trying.
I managed to get into a community college after a few years of not knowing what to do. I think I want to be a therapist. I want to help kids who find themselves feeling alone.
Joseph has filled pages with new material. After years of writer's block, it's like the floodgates have opened. He's able to write again.
Joseph had all these ideas about what a perfect family would look like. He had all of these standards for us to live up to. My family is comprised of the people who didn't quit on me when Joseph did. We are so far from perfect. I love it so much.
We're all so far from perfect.
My name is Sam Burke. It fits like a second skin. It's the kind of perfect that I hope Joseph will one day learn to see. I hope he learns that perfect things are never tidy or easy.
Perfect things are what we make them.
I don't expect them to read it.
No.
I don't expect them to forgive me.
No.
Why did I write this, Marisol?
Because people will relate to it.
They did to you?
Yeah, like they did to me. Maybe even more.
Have I ever told you how truly irritating you are?
Every day.
I'm glad you're a part of me.
I know you are.
The story is so far from perfect.
What will you title it?
I don't know, Marisol. I don't know.
There's a new book on the market. Its title is The Beauty of Imperfection. Its author is Joseph Dalton. I don't plan on reading it. I don't need to.
Cover art is a piece Sam created in kindergarten.
A father, a mother, a child, all smiling from the page. I don't need to read it because I know I've already lived it.
I don't plan on writing another book. I don't think I'll have another story to tell.
Joseph's book took the market by storm. It seems that people relate to things that are imperfect. It seems they relate to families that get sick, fight, and are separated.
The stories of my family, they see their own.
We'll always regret having hurt Sam. We'll always wish that we hadn't driven them away, that we could have tried to have been what they needed. Sam wasn't the mess. Yes, there was hard things. Things just got hard.
They were perfect, Marisol. Sam is perfect the way they are.